Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Hi guys, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Meg Donnelly for having touched so many lives and touching my heart. What a beautiful movie Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was. I want to say thank you to everybody who makes this franchise possible. More so Meg Donnelly for just a beautiful representation of the character Addison and introducing me to a franchise that has changed my life for forever. I know I have a lot of Zombies fans subscribed to this YouTube channel, trust in me, and I will never let you down, and I will never go away. I will never quit on this franchise, which means if this franchise is going to be with us for the next 20 years, I guess I'll be here for 20 years talking about it. Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was a movie of this franchise that I really liked. You guys were telling me it was going to be fantastic, and I took you under advisement, and I believe you. It was a fantastic movie. And I want to say this to every critic out there who may criticize Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. If you do, I will kick your ass. Because this movie is one that deserves so much praise for the inspirational messages behind the songs, the lyrics that were in the songs, how they shot the scenes, how they choreographed it. Everything was fantastic about this, absolutely fabulous. And if you're looking for inspiration, to draw inspiration from anything, I think Zombies is your answer. Will there be a Zombies 5? I think I can confirm that. By the end of the movie, when that thing came up out of the water, that tidal wave or whatever it was, I said, holy shit. I think I can confirm that there will be a Zombies 5. I don't know what the storyline will be of this one, but in terms of a direction, I think there will be a Zombies 5. And I say this because I say thank you to Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly for giving up their lives for zombies and seeing something so unbelievably beautiful, incredibly beautiful through the eyes of every Zombies fan out there. I remember years ago, because I've been following this franchise for forever, when they would expect probably like 50 people to show up at a Zombies convention, and there were like 200 people, and it blew their minds. They lost their minds over how many people came out in unison to support Zombies. I want to say to each and every person who's ever believed in zombies that there is nothing wrong with that. I think this new cast is absolutely fabulous. Freya Skye, I think you have a fabulous future ahead of you, young lady. At 16 years old, you are going to inspire so many people. And so many people are going to want to achieve the same goals and aspirations that you've had throughout your entire life. If you wanted to inspire people, you are doing a fabulous job doing it. And I think you have a bright future, perhaps the brightest future of any young talent that has ever come through the doors of Disney. And I want to wish you all the best in your career and your choices that you will make. I trust in your heart that you will make the best choices for you and how you want to represent yourself. And every single time that you doubt yourself, all I ever want you to remember is that your heart is your best friend. That is what I've wanted everybody who has ever subscribed to this YouTube channel to aspire to listen to, is your heart, and trust in it, because it really is your best friend. Don't ever doubt yourself, young lady. You've got a fabulous future ahead of you. And when it comes to Malachi Burton, I think that he is someone who I've grown quite fond of. And that is an extreme rarity of mine, because I don't speak very highly of a lot of guys who are signed under contract with Disney, because I've had a fair share of very negative experiences being around people, being involved with them from the Disney company, because they thought their egos got the better of them every single time. I was never fond of Ryan McCartan, Ross Lynch, to name a few. Mitchell Musso was another guy that I was never fond of, but Malachi Burton, I think that you are someone to be very fond of for many reasons. You are definitely another Cameron Boyce in the making, young man, and that is a high accolade to have achieved. I am very impressed with you, and I look forward to your accomplishments in the futures. If you have goals, I hope that you set them very high. And I want this new cast to know that I will forever support you, forever, for the rest of my life. If I'm sitting here for 20 years praising up Zombies and Descendants, in particularly Zombies tonight, I want you guys to know that the support is here for you on this YouTube channel. And if you ever get tired of Googling yourself and seeing all these negative reviews from all these critics, which is bound to happen, I want you to know that you will find support on this YouTube channel, not only from myself, but if I can speak for everybody kindly who have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I think that you will find that support, that never-ending love and support coming from the fans of this YouTube channel, which I created because I wanted you to hear something nice about zombies and Descendants. The Descendants fans are going to have to forgive me tonight because I am falling in love with the Zombies franchise all over again. I anticipated to have fallen in love with this franchise all over again because everything made sense to me about this movie and made me very thankful that I moved into a house and put down a mortgage payment on a home that is literally 5 minutes away from a chemical plant and a soda plantation that could explode and kill me. I love this so much. I first heard about Freya Sky when I was in Europe doing a podcast for professional wrestling. It was called The Main Event. She was born on October 17, 2009, if my memory serves me correctly. She went on to compete in a lot of singing competitions and dance competitions at the age of 5 years old and released her first single in 2021. She was born in Buckinghamshire, England, for those of you who are unfamiliar with her, where she's born and unfamiliar with the actress. When I first heard about it, I was in Europe. I was doing a show called The Main Event, and I knew this girl was extremely talented from all the emails that I was receiving about her before many of you were introduced to her. I think she is someone that you can have an incredible amount of faith in and get away with having an incredible amount of faith in, and I don't think you should have any lack of trust in what she's going to provide you with. I think that she's going to be an inspiration to so many young girls, and I look forward to covering her career as part of the Zombies franchise and covering this franchise in its entirety from what I've seen in the past and what I've seen now because I'm blown away by it. It makes me very thankful that I have an apple tree outside my house. I've always had homes with apple trees outside of them so I could pick apples in the summertime, and when I couldn't pick apples in the summertime, I would go up in the mountains and pick them because I had secret apple trees that were hidden in the forest. Yeah, it doesn't just only happen in fairy tales. I've seemingly got everything, and I've drawn inspiration from Descendants and Zombies as franchises as a whole. Don't ever be ashamed to say that you're a fan of zombies. Please, God, no, don't. Don't ever be ashamed to say that you are incredibly supportive of this. Because there's just something about this that is just absolutely beautiful. Everybody was saying that Victor and Nova looked good together. They look cute together. I concur with that. I support that theory. I think we have a very fabulous future ahead of us for zombies, which has nothing but good things in store for it. And I look forward to seeing Meg Donnelly lend her hand as a producer of this, as well as Mila Manheim, because they looked absolutely gorgeous together in that movie. There were more times than enough I had tears in my eyes. I don't know if it had anything to do with the music or just the relationship between Zed and Addison finally hearing the words, "I love you." I know that has a lot to do with how never a girl has told me that they love me, and pretty much all of my life, all they've ever wanted to do is kick my ass. But I loved hearing the words "I love you," and to be honest with each and every one of you, I cried, because initially going into this movie, I thought that Zed, Mila Manheim's character, was going to die, and the torch was going to be passed because something was going to happen to his state of a zombie. Now, obviously, yes, he could have been a zombie for forever, which doesn't seem like a choice that anyone will want to have to make, because if it ever happened in real life, of course, the rabies virus would have to mutate, and we'd have to go all, kind of thing. And after having watched so many seasons of The Walking Dead, how many seasons were there of The Walking Dead? 10 seasons? So I kind of got tired of it by season 5. I've watched every horror movie there is to have seen, and that includes Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream. I've seen them all, even Chucky, and that movie kept me up terrified every single night. I know a lot of you were probably let down because the vampires did not have fangs in this movie. I know this because I've read down through my comments, but what you got to think about is the age demographic that this attracts, because it attracts so many age demographics. And I know there are people who are still watching the Zombies franchise who watched it when they were in elementary school, and they were probably 5 years old. There are people still watching Zombies now at the age of 16, because it's been around for almost a decade. Maybe not quite, but almost a decade. And I don't know about you guys, but for the young girls watching this movie, I would have been terrified to watch it at this age. If they would have had fangs in it. So Disney did the right thing by not having them show their fangs and stuff. I know people were making graphics and photoshopping Addison if she was to have turned into a vampire. People were hoping she was going to turn into a vampire. I was going to be honest with each and every one of you. I could be honest with you for a moment. I was kind of looking forward to seeing that possibly happen, because we've seen her being the embodiment of a zombie, a werewolf, an alien, and potentially a vampire, but that was shut out. But I loved the relationship between all four characters of significance. And I'm talking about Victor and Nova, and I'm talking about Zed and Addison, and how they just wanted to be together. And they were together no matter what obstacles they were faced with, whatever circumstances they were faced with. Zed was going to die at one point and be a zombie for forever. And I really appreciated how just before he became a zombie and became zombified, which sounds freaky enough in its own right, he said, "I'll always love you, I always have." And that's all I've ever wanted to hear from a girl in my life, is that they loved me. I wanted them to look me in the eyes and say, "Jonathan, I love you." Because you don't know how many times I have looked at a girl, no matter if her name was Megan, no matter if her name was Tanisha, no matter if her name was Brittany, I'd always look them in the eye and I'd say, "Brittany, I love you so much. Megan, I loved you so much." But I never ever heard the words, "I love you." And as nice as it is to hear the words, "I love you," from my mouth because I have a beautiful voice, they just never supported it. So anytime I had the opportunity to tell or see Disney stars telling each other they loved you, which is something that we didn't see enough of, I really appreciated that. Because I think the words "I love you" are written in the stars. And if you don't believe the words "I love you" are written in the stars, well, perhaps maybe you should look closer at the stars tonight. Because I guarantee you, somewhere in that beautiful constellation, the words "I love you" are written, and they're just waiting for you to discover that. So maybe next time when you look at the same stars that I'm looking at, I know that the love and support that you've always wanted can be found on this YouTube channel, because believe you me, love does exist. And if I were a creative writer at Disney, which you guys can get me in to be if you hit the subscribe button, I could be a writer sitting at the head of the table at board meetings for Zombies 5, which is speculating already to have mermaids introduced into the franchise, which could be a possibility. And this water creature coming up out of the water, holy shit. If you guys could get me in as a creative director or writer for Disney's Zombies 5, that would be great. Hit the subscribe button so I can live the Tom Cruise life. And shoot a bunch of zombies. Man, I would love the opportunity to do that. I think the message, the very powerful message of achieving your dreams and believing in yourself, was still seen in this movie. I think that there is never any doubt that that will always be something that will forever be distilled in the minds of a lot of people. I know that you probably thought this movie was going to be a hell of a lot more creepier than what it was, but again, you can't terrify somebody. My heart goes out to anybody last night that saw the premiere on Disney Channel in the United States and couldn't sleep if they were terrified of it. I think it was a very beautiful movie, and it definitely was the exemplification of how anybody, any being, can exist in the same universe. Whoever thought a zombie and a werewolf could coexist? Whoever thought a werewolf and a vampire could coexist? Hollywood has had an awful way of putting it out there. If you're a vampire, you're a creature that should, burn in hell. It is terrible how Hollywood has put out these terrifying creatures and these terrifying versions of people that are really just harmless. I think the zombie is just harmless, and I think anyone that has ever been faced with cruelty in their life should be accepted. Let me just say this. No matter if you're bullied, no matter if you're faced with some kind of cruelty in your life, I think you're a beautiful person. And I want everybody to know that they are welcome here on this YouTube channel, because believe you me, I have seen outcasts criticized. I have seen introverts criticized, and that is terrible. If I can take a moment to speak to every introvert that has ever watched my videos, I want you to know that my heart is with you, and I want you to know that just because you see things through your eyes differently than what somebody else does who is an extrovert, I'm an extrovert and I'm a social butterfly. But if I can take a moment to speak to every single person who has ever experienced introvertedness in their life, just because you are an introvert does not make you any different. You deserve to be treated different, deserve to be treated equal for how you feel about life. And I want you to know, no matter what you are faced with in this life, this YouTube channel will always be here for you. I want every girl to know that has never found true love in their life, that the day will come when you will find it. You just have to look closer at the stars and perhaps listen to your heart more, because true love is just waiting for you to discover it. And God knows what will happen when you do. It is absolutely beautiful when you do discover it. Now, I know that a lot of girls have left me. Every girl has ever left me. But at least I have the Zombies franchise. and the Descendants franchise to give me incentive to create these videos. And it has been an honor and a privilege to be able to sit here behind this podcast microphone every single night of my life as dusk settles in over my life tonight, which is absolutely really beautiful. God, it is really beautiful out there tonight. I loved how they shot the scenes in New Zealand in the nighttime and how they quickly went from daytime scenes to nighttime scenes, and they shot these scenes up until 5 a.m. every morning. It takes a lot of courage to do that. I've worked with a lot of people in New Zealand. I think the location is absolutely fabulous. I think that there is a very, very positive vibe from this movie, and it is a movie that comes very highly recommended by me. One of my favorite musical numbers in that movie was the scene with Nova and Victor when Nova was trying to figure out her affection for Victor and trying to figure out her place in the world. There was a song devoted to her, which was incredibly beautiful. I thought the opening dance number of the movie really gave us a High School Musical kind of vibe. It definitely presented a Camp Rock, Hannah Montana kind of vibe. The opening dance number put me in mind of my many years being a fan of High School Musical, and that's coming from a guy that was involved with the original High School Musical in 2006. I almost crashed my car into a billboard one night driving home trying to find out when High School Musical was available to be watched theatrically. That was quite terrifying. Almost killed myself over High School Musical years ago, but I did survive the car crash into a billboard. But that's a different story for a different time and perhaps a different topic, a different show. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, tell us a story about how you crashed into a billboard. I don't know. I thought that Zed had to get his mind off football. Don't get me wrong about that. You don't have to crash your car over being so focused on football and cheerleading, but that's what happened. And they still loved each other after the car crash, which was kind of really cool. It would have been one of those holy shit moments for me. But I loved every scene. I loved how this plot unfolded. I think it was one of the best zombies movies of the franchise, and I think that a future for this one has definitely been secured. And I'm really excited to see where we go from here. I know I say this time and time again, but I think this new cast deserved to have the torch passed to them. And if you were going to pass the torch to any cast, names like Freya Skye and Malachi Burton, I support that. I support that. And I want you guys to know, I know you're new to the Disney family, but Freya and Malachi, you are more than welcome to be a part of my life. And as long as you are a part of my life, I want you guys to know that you will always be my friends. And what I mean by that is I will never quit on you. No matter how many times you Google yourself and you see all the negative reviews and all the photoshopped images and all the rumors on the internet, this is one guy that will take 15,000 bullets for you and stand in front of a bazooka and stand in front of a gun for you every single time. I have done it for everybody that I have ever said that I have supported, or at least claimed that I have supported on this YouTube channel. And I have taken thousands of bullets of criticism for every little girl who ever stood up and said they were a fan of Zombies and Descendants. And that will be how I will represent myself and how my legacy will be defined for the rest of my existence in this world, in this lifetime. If there is one life to live, I would love to live it as a Descendants and Zombies fan. I fell into these niches years ago, and if there were niches that I could fall in love with all over again, it would have to be these niches. Am I looking forward to Zombies 5? Do I think there will be a Zombies 5? Oh yes, there will be a Zombies 5, and I guess I will have to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies. Oh yeah, for just a little bit longer, because it's really an honor to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies, which you guys have made me. The theme of this movie was acceptance, to stand up for what you believe in, to stand up to your bullies, because I know everybody may be struggling with that on times. Believe you me, I know what it's like to be tripped up in hallways, locked in lockers, have garbage cans thrown at you. I resorted to hitting other people in the head with a garbage can because I was a pro wrestler, but you guys don't have to do that. I know you have your different ways of handling it. Being a pro wrestler opened up a lot of doors for me. I was very fortunate in my career. I was very fortunate to have a hand in a lot of things Disney did. I've just never had the opportunity to be a creative director or a writer or producer, which is why I have a tremendous, profound amount of respect for Meg Donnelly. I think she is incredibly beautiful and such a courageous young lady. And with her career upcoming as a producer, it just shows how much she believes in this Zombies franchise after having said she wants to secure the future of Zombies because it means so much to her heart. And I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that at all. I do question her learning Japanese just to win the heart of a guy because I can't ever remember the time a girl learned Japanese or German to win my heart. Come to think of it, I don't speak Japanese or German. I've been everywhere in the world, but I have yet to master that. But I want all of you to know that forever and always I will be a huge supporter of Meg Donnelly, and I believe that she has one of the biggest hearts in the world. And if there was ever someone to be idolized from, it is definitely Meg Donnelly. I would take advice from Meg Donnelly any night of the week. She could call me whenever she felt doubtful of herself, whenever she felt like she wasn't feeling inspired enough. She would always be able to call 555 Jonathan Clarke. And I do want critics out there to know that if you spend 45 minutes on your podcast criticizing this shit, I will kick your ass. Because Zombies is a movie that I have always loved, I have always inspired, and I know there are people that are going to have a problem with it because they don't think that Victor and Nova look cute together like thousands of you do, but the thousands of you outnumber those people that don't think they look cute together. I love you guys dearly. My ex-girlfriend couldn't understand why I love Descendants and Zombies so much. All my girlfriends could never understand why I love Descendants and Zombies so much. Really because they were just so beautiful. The franchises were absolutely gorgeous. The locations they shot these movies in were absolutely fabulous, and I didn't see anything wrong with humans and zombies coexisting in one universe. Why can't we all just get along? Why can't we just all spread kindness to somebody who needs it? That's the whole issue I have with this. Why do we have to immediately criticize a franchise that still has a long way to go? I mean, Freya Sky is so young. She's still figuring out what she wants out of life, but I think she's a beautiful actress. And I know there are people that are going to criticize her, and I will want to kick their ass because of it. Freya, I will be your knight in shining armor for forever. I got you. I got you. And Malachi, you're the next Cameron Boyce, the second guy in Disney history that I've ever felt fond of. And I mean that. 20 years from now, man, I'm in your corner. Me and you are going to be WWE Tag Team Champions. Believe me, if there was somebody that Malachi Burton needed somebody to help him kick ass, he could call me any night of the week. And I would put on my wrestling boots again, and me and him would kick ass as WWE Tag Team Champions. I will always vouch for you in board meetings, man. I may fire every member of the social media department at Disney, because I believe creative freedom should be bestowed on the Zombies cast, which was the first franchise that gave creative freedom to the stars of the franchise. I may fire every member of the social media department because I don't agree with their opinions, but I will forever take a bullet for you, man. Number one in my books, man. You did an absolutely fabulous job. I'm very fond of you, young man. Keep up the great work. And you will hear more about that where it comes from me on this YouTube channel. So if you've ever wanted to hear anything nice about Descendants or Zombies, if you've ever believed in this franchise, if you've ever wanted to hear somebody take bullet after bullet after bullet, you will get that from me. I promise each and every one of you that I will never ever quit on you and what you believe in, because every dream that you have ever had is a reality. It can be a reality even if it isn't, and if you didn't accomplish that dream today, well, tomorrow is another day. And don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget that we are looking at the same moon wherever you are in the world. Wherever you are out there hearing my voice tonight, just know that everything is going to be okay, because it has to be. And you're thinking to yourself, why aren't you the voice of Descendants and Zombies officially? Well, I really don't know. I wish more than anything in the world that I could have represented this franchise more significantly, but at least I know I have each and every one of you that believe in this franchise so much. So I guess the only thing left to be said here tonight is stay calm and zombie on. Oh, yeah. I love that. No, really. Stay calm, zombie on, and leave it to the professionals, because I got to bolt. I got to get them before they get us. We got another 2 years before the next Zombies movie comes out at least. That's why you guys got to get me in as a creative director, so I can secure the future of the franchise a whole lot further than what it's already been secured. Give me access to the $158 billion of revenue and watch me create while I stay calm and zombie on and bolt it through the window tonight. I got to go, but before I do that, what do you say we look at this Zombies video together? I always love showing these videos. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button.
Stop it.
See?
Stop it.
See?
The situation.
I low-key made that one up. No, I'm kidding. Do you know one for me?
I
Exactly.
adore you, but I'm
Exactly.
like, every room is something that. What's with that face?
Right.
But no, I'm being genuine. As people? Oh, that's a nice question.
I don't know. I mean, I think that I was very fortunate to, have Freya by my side for this movie. I literally wouldn't have done. I obviously would have done it if it was somebody else, if I got booked. But like, obviously, I wouldn't. Like, it was amazing. I feel like our chemistry is so great, has been so great from the start. And she's just a great person overall. So I don't know what I can't pinpoint a single best thing.
Couldn't think of anything, so you said I'm just a great person.
No, I can't. Really, but not in like a bad way. Like,
No, I'm the same.
do you know one for me?
I adore you, but I'm like-
exactly.
Okay, one thing. Okay, you're an overall just such a great person.
Oh, are
And
we
then
serious?
I'm gonna get to the thing. Overall, such a great person, and I actually love doing zombies with you so much.
Right.
But no, I'm being genuine. So I'm
Right.
gonna have a nice moment.
Mhm.
But my favorite thing, something that I learned about you that I really loved, was
You got it. Think about one real quick.
no. You know what? It's because there's so many.
See?
Stop it.
See?
Stop it.
See? Out of here.
Stop it. There's so many. I'm gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
I think the energy you bring into every room is something that. What is that face?
Energy I bring into a room. Are we
That's a nice
serious?
thing. No. Okay, let me rephrase the question.
I love how smiley she is when she walks into rooms. She just brightens the whole vibe.
I was just gonna say, I think every room you walk into, I think you do lighten the mood. I think you're really good at lightening a mood in a situation. He didn't
See,
like that answer a minute
No,
ago.
I was kidding.
Okay, yeah,
It was a sarcasm.
Yeah, I think one thing that I've learned I really liked was that I think your ability to make every situation better. I could be on set having a bad day, and then you'd be like, say something or crack a joke or something, and then I'd instantly feel so much better. I think your ability to make people feel better around you.
That made me think about one thing that I should have said earlier, is that
But you
are
didn't.
she's very good at reading people. Like
Really?
like I feel like when I'm having a bad day on set, you normally would walk up to me and be like, something's wrong. What's up? Like, do you need anything? And like that's a good quality to have, because you're able to see when people are having a bad day, check in on them, and you're also good with your words, so you know what to say in a time of depression.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
People, I think I'm the worst with my words.
I low-key made that one up. No, I'm kidding.
After this, I'm gonna get you to say your actual answer actually to that off camera, because I want a better answer than that.
My hands are glittery now.
I hope you girls really love this video. You mean so much to me. I love you so much. I want to say thank you once again to Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim for being such a huge part of my life. If it wasn't for the Zombies franchise or the Descendants franchise, I don't know where I'd be. I don't think I would have ever made it as a podcaster. Well, that is without a doubt. I wouldn't have been here tonight if it wasn't for each and every one of you. Thank you so much to you guys for believing in this franchise so much that you gave us your lives. You gave up your lives to be a part of this franchise, and you could have done anything with your lives. You were incredibly beautiful, incredibly talented, incredibly supportive of this niche, and I don't think that you ever get enough credit for what you do. So I want to say thank you to you guys most of all, and I want to say thank you to every little girl who ever believed in this YouTube channel. I want you guys to know that this YouTube channel will always be here for you, ever since the first little girl showed up at my door and wrapped her arms around my legs in a hug and told me that everything was going to be okay when she was dressed up as her favorite Descendants character. Thank you so much for believing in this YouTube channel so much that I've given up my life, my very existence, for this YouTube channel. But when everybody left me in relationships, at least I had each and every one of you, because they couldn't make sense of why I had fallen into this niche. The simple answer that I can give to each and every one of you is because I love it so much, because of how incredibly supportive you are of this niche and of me, because when you could have quit on me, you didn't. And I love you so much because of it, and don't you ever forget it. We're all looking at the same moon tonight. So wherever you are in the world, know that I'm looking at the same moon that you are, and everything is going to be okay, and I guess we should, practice what is preached in the Zombies franchise and stay calm and zombie on. I think that is an excellent way of looking at it. And it's quite a beautiful way of looking at it too. Stay calm and zombie on. I think I could get used to that. So I will keep posting Descendants and Zombies videos for you for at least the next year, and possibly for the rest of my life, because you guys deserve it. And at least now you have a YouTube channel and a YouTube creator who understands his audience just as much as what you, or at least I can only hope, understand the host of this show. I've got to bolt because I got to get them before they get us. And the thing about me and the Zombies cast is, what's different about me is I'm an actual professional vampire and zombie slayer. And you haven't lived until you shoot thousands of zombies. Point, shoot, reload. Point, shoot, reload. Story of my life. Thank you for having made me the voice of Descendants and Zombies and keeping me in your hearts for forever. Everything will be okay. Let's go spread some kindness. Until next time. Bye, YouTube. We will do this in a couple of days.